2,000 years ago, I fought my way out of that cave, became Iron Man. Realized I loved you. I know I said no more surprises, but I was really hoping to pull off one last one.
The world has changed. None of us can go back. All we can do is our best. And sometimes the best that we can do is to start over.
I will be back here. I will be back here. And I will be back with vengeance.
I saw all these people die. I keep telling everybody they should move on. Some do, but not us.
Even if there's a small chance, we owe this to everyone who's not in this room to try.
We will.
I'll do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
Doing whatever it takes. I like this one.
What is going on, faithful? It is your boy Niner Sickness. Let me get that clarity. There we go. How's everybody doing today? I hope everyone is having a wonderful Saturday afternoon. I am open for business. I am open for business. Therapy. If you are an emotional Niner fan, welcome to the Niner Sickness therapy class on a Saturday afternoon. How's everybody doing, man? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. We're going to talk about 49ers, obviously, but we're going to talk about our emotions. And emotion, to be a Niner fan and to be emotional is not a bad thing. All right. I put in the, in the comments, welcome to the emotional therapy, but being an emotional fan is not wrong. How you react upon your emotions is the question. So we're going to talk about that in depth. So stay tuned right after this. Let's go, let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's say hello to Jimmy. What's up, Jimmy? Jimmy in the house. How you doing, sir? Good to see you. What's good, faithful? How's everyone doing? And Jimmy loves the thumbnail. We got 49er throwback. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Give me a second. A little bit more better to read. There we go. Center it. Get it right in the center. Thank you for tuning in, faithful. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Hope everyone is having a good Saturday. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that love. Jimmy says, what's up, Beto? We got Brad Lodge in the house. He says, hi, my name's Brad, and I am an emotional Niner fan. I love the spirit, brother. I love the spirit. Dina Harvey in the house. Good evening, Sister Dina. Representing all the way from Philadelphia. Let's go. Luis Moreno says, what's up, everyone? How are we doing today? I hope we are having a wonderful day. I hope you are enjoying your Saturday. Hope you spend it with your loved ones, your family, and friends. Here in Northern California, the weather is beautiful. It is nice. So I've been out all day and it's having a good time. Now it's time to kind of mellow down. It's 5:45 in the afternoon, but I wanted to come live and talk to you guys, my brothers, my sisters, my Niner family, my emotional friends. I hope everyone is having a great day. So, the topic, are you an emotional Niner fan? Let me break that down because, like I said in a few minutes ago, it's okay to be emotional, right? It's okay to be emotional. Be fired up for your team. Be excited for the Niners. Be excited about winning games. Feeling like crap when we lose. That emotion is good. But I want to talk about, honestly, about fans that when the Niners lose, they want to fire Kyle. When the Niners lose, they want to get rid of Brock Purdy, or Brock Purdy isn't worth the going market when his contract is up. Or Nick Sorensen, he got to go. This defense is not good. The O-line is not good enough. The defensive line can't get sacks. Only one sack against the Seahawks. We get emotional and we say things. Some of us mean it. Some of us say it out of emotion. Listen, whether you guys agree with me or not, that's fine. But the reality is this. Kyle Shanahan, I understand he hasn't won a Super Bowl yet. I understand Kyle Shanahan took us to 2 Super Bowls and failed to win. And a lot of Niner fans are like, this is not good enough. He blows leads. He costs us the game. But he's the same coach that got us to a Super Bowl. Not once, but twice. Twice he got us to a Super Bowl. 2 Super Bowl appearances, and I believe 3 or 4 championships. And his tenure here in Santa Clara with the 49ers. So I understand to be emotional. I understand you get upset when the Niners lose. Yes, does Kyle allow his pride to get in the way? Sure it does. Sure he does. So a lot of your emotions are valid to an extent. Now to you, they're a valid 110%. But if we can be rational and ask ourselves, okay, I don't like the fact that Kyle can't win a Super Bowl. I haven't seen the Niners win one during my time on this earth since I've been a Niner fan. All those are legitimate reasons how you feel. But you can't take away from Kyle's production. You can't take away from his production. Kyle has got us to 2 Super Bowl appearances and 4 NFC championships, or 3. I don't remember right off the bat. That's not easy to do. That isn't easy to do. It isn't. Of course, I wish the Niners would have beaten the Chiefs twice in those meetings, or at the very least, one. And it sucks that we're 0-2 in Kyle's tenure here in a Super Bowl. And we lost the last 3 Super Bowls that we gone to. I can understand the frustration of that. But we need to realize that you got to win games. You got to win games. You got to put yourself in a position to get to the playoffs. Once you get yourself to the playoffs, you got to win playoff games to get to the big dance, the Super Bowl. Since the Niners hired Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch, we have drafted pretty good. Now, every draft, every coach, every general manager, they have hiccups. There's no guarantee in the draft. So, yes, you have your Reuben Fosters. You got your Solomon Thomases. But you can't overlook that we got, in the 5th round, we got an all-pro tight end, Kittle. Greenlaw should be all-pro. You got all-pro Hufanga. You got Brock Purdy in the 7th round. Juwan Jennings in the 7th round. Fred Warner, all-pro. Fred Warner, first valid Hall of Famer, in my opinion, in the 3rd round. We got Pooney. And now it looks like this year's draft class is looking pretty good. Okay? And Ricky Parcell hasn't even hit the field yet. Thursday's game, a lot of our rookies came through for the Niners. You know what that means to me? The very much question, and I'm going to get to your comments. So keep adding your comments. I will get to your comments, I promise. You know what that tells me? That tells me that the Niners can draft well in the later rounds. We had an interception by Malik Mustafa, 4th round safety. We got an interception from Renardo Green, 2nd round pick. I can't think of his name. Our running back, Guerrero, busted through. Pooney has been doing his thing. I say all that to say this. If the Niners continue to draft players like Pooney, like Renardo Green, like Malik Mustafa, the Purdy's, all these players, when it comes time to pay Brock Purdy, and unfortunately we may have to lose a player or two to free agency, if Ricky Parcell comes into this year and starts balling out, or at least shows us indication that he can be the future receiver, that's a good thing. Guerrero looks like he can be a future running back for us. We got our corner. Now, we got to see more. I understand, but we got our corner, and we got our safety in Mustafa. So we have gotten players in the draft that can help out this team. So even if we pay Brock Purdy whatever the market indicates, if we surround ourselves with good players, this team can be in a good shape. There's no such thing to me of Super Bowl windows. If you draft well And most importantly, not even drafting well, but hitting on your draft picks. If you hit on your draft picks, that's how you can stay relevant. And that's how you can continue to win games, by getting players in here that respect the culture of the San Francisco 49ers. They come in here with pride, wanting to win, wanting to learn. This is the culture that the Niners have built here in San Francisco. So I understand a lot of times we lose a game and we get upset. And if Kyle calls some plays that didn't work, fire Kyle. What was Kyle thinking? What is Kyle thinking? Fire Kyle. He's no good. But those same plays have worked before. And when they work, you're like, yeah, let's go, Kyle, let's go. But if they don't work, now we're in that, let's fire Kyle. Let me ask you guys a sincere question. And let me know in the comments. Please, I'm gonna have communication with you guys in the comments. So, is Kyle a top 5 head coach? Is Kyle Shanahan a top 5 head coach in your opinion? Let me know in the comments, yes or no. And if he is he 5? Is he number 4? Is he number 3? Is he number 2? Or is he number 1? Let me know in the comments. Is Kyle, in your opinion right now, the good, the bad, and the ugly, is he considered a top 5 head coach? Let me say hello to some people that came in as you guys answer that. What is up, Kenny? We got Kenny in the house. How you doing, Kenny? Did we win? I was watching the Paw Patrol. Orale. All right, we're talking to one another. Oh, look who it is. Dustin W. Haynes. What's up, my brother? Long time no see. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you in the live. We drafted players ready to win now rather than for development. Well, they're all going to be developmental players. Some of them just start quicker than others. But every player drafted is for the future. You got to develop them. But I get your point. We have 3 undrafted free agents and 2 7-rounders on our team. You're absolutely correct. Mason, he's a top 5 running back right now this year, if not top 3, and he's undrafted. And I'm trying to think who's the other undrafted free agent that you're referring to, Kenny. Kyle is definitely a top 5 coach. I love it. And there's a reason why I'm asking this question. Who's been better than Andy and Kyle? I'll say Andy Reid is better than McVay is right here, right there with Kyle. Yep. So, if Kyle, let's say for sake of argument, all right, let's say for sake of argument, Kyle is 5th. You're like, yeah, he's a top 5 head coach. I put him at 5. Right? So who do we put ahead of Kyle? Do we say, okay, we say Andy Reid, 1. Mike Tomlinson, 2. I'm just naming some coaches. They don't have to be the coaches that I name. You got McVay, 3 or 4. And who's another head coach right now that is good? I can't think of a coach. But let's just say there's 4 coaches ahead of Kyle. LaFleur. LaFleur is good. Thank you, Kenny. So there's your 4 coaches ahead of Kyle. I'm just saying for conversation reasons. And from 6 to 32 are the rest of the coaches. Who would you hire to replace Kyle? You're not going to hire Andy Reid because if he's the number 1 guy, then he is very safe at where he's at. Mike Tomlin is safe with Pittsburgh. This guy does not have losing seasons. McVay is doing his thing with the Rams. LaFleur is going with the Green Bay Packers. So who do you replace Kyle with? When you are heated, when you're upset, and you're like, let's fire Kyle because he lost us the game. Who do you replace Kyle with? You can't replace him with the top 4. Now you got to look at the rest of the coaches. Who is better than Kyle? Now you might say, yeah, Niner sickness. Calm down, bro. Calm down. There are offensive coordinators out there that are just itching for the opportunity to be a head coach. There are offensive coordinators out there like the offensive coordinator of the Detroit. They're just itching for the opportunity to be a head coach. And let's say you're right. Let's say for a moment that you're right. Let's say we fire Kyle. We go in the direction of hiring an offensive coordinator in unproven. A lot of potential, but unproven. If he hits, beautiful. Beautiful, right? Oh my God. We hit on this guy. We don't even miss Kyle. But if we can be honest with ourselves, what are the chances of hitting on a coach? And let's say we fire Kyle and we hire an offensive coach or defensive coach and they do not work out. Now you're firing him. Now you're going to go look for another coach and maybe another coach. When you got a coach in Kyle Shanahan that is proven, come on, he has been proven. The guy can coach. The guy can demand an offense. He can call plays. There are a lot of teams I'm going to be honest, other than Pittsburgh and the Kansas City Chiefs, I think any team out there will fire their coach to hire Sean McVay. Kyle Shanahan. They will do anything in their power to fire their coaches to get Coach Shanahan in their building. I'm telling you, they will fire their head coach for the opportunity to have a play caller like Shanahan. I understand we get frustrated. I understand we get upset when we lose. I understand Kyle does some crazy plays. You're like, what were you thinking, Kyle? But you got to understand one thing about Kyle. He, to me, is very consistent. Kyle is consistent in his play calling. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes an offensive line blows a call and Purdy has to scramble, and that play the design play that he called didn't work because McKivitz or Brindle let a guy come through. It doesn't mean that play that Kyle called wasn't a good play. It just means it didn't work out. The whole motion. Oh, Kyle, with all the motion and with all the moving players and the misdirections that he calls, against the Cardinals, he only ran one time and threw 9 times. The Cardinals has the worst run defense in the NFL, or one of the worst run defense. Why is Kyle throwing when he should be running the ball? I heard a lot of Niner fans say that. Why is Kyle throwing the damn ball when the Cardinals are almost dead last again when it comes to the run defense? Well, I'm going to tell you, when you're stacking 8 or 9 players in the box and you're baiting Kyle to throw, he's going to throw the ball. And when it's successful, we applaud him. Yeah, that's a beautiful play. When it's not, we get angry. Don't you think for a moment that if Kyle knew he can run consistent based on what the defense is showing, he wouldn't run the ball? I mean, let's be honest. In your mind, is Kyle just an idiot or is he a good head coach? Because he can't be both. He can be an idiot that gets lucky, or he can be a good coach that makes some bad calls. But he can't be an idiot and a smart coach at the same time. Sometimes plays are not executed properly by the players. Something happens, a penalty, a guard is offsides, grabbing, holding, or McKivitz just lets a pass rusher blow right by him. But we can see when you give when you give Purdy time in the pocket, he will make you pay for it. Let me see here. Some people came in. What's up, Tony Smith is in the house. He says, hello, Niner Beto. What's up, brother? Good to see you, my friend. Guys, make sure to hit that like button for your boy, Niner Sickness. I would appreciate that. If you're watching me on Facebook, get an opportunity to make your way over to YouTube. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed for me, and hit that like button. I would appreciate it. What's up, Tom? How you doing, sir? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. It's Mike Sala. I don't know who is Mike Sala? I know a Robert Sala. I know what you meant. I'm just being an ass. I don't think Nick Sorensen is the problem. I just think that the Niners defense, individual players need to get their shit together and play better. And it's one game against the Seahawks, but when Nick Bosa spoke out and Fred Warner, what happened? You saw effort. You saw a lot of effort from the defense against the Seahawks that we did not see against the Cardinals. Am I blurry? Hold on, guys. There we go. Sometimes that autofocus gets me blurry there. You know what I mean? So, would Robert Saleh be the answer? I mean, I didn't like Robert Saleh because he didn't make adjustments, quarterly adjustments. He would make halftime adjustments. By that time, sometimes it would not. It'll be kind of late. Maybe maybe the Jets, at the end of the year, if they don't like Jeff Ulbrich, they let him go because they have this other head coach that they want to bring in. Maybe we can bring in Jeff as our defensive coordinator. Or maybe Nick Sorensen continues to learn and becomes better. Remember, DeMeco Ryans did not start hot. He did not start hot. What's up, Kimo? Welcome, brother. He did not start hot when DeMeco first took over as defensive coordinator. He struggled. A lot of us were like, oh man, is this guy going to work out? Did Kyle make the right decision? What's going on with DeMeco? This is before we knew the DeMeco that we know today. There were questions. But as the year went, he continued to learn from his mistakes. He got better, and the rest is history with DeMeco. I think Nick Sorensen is on the same path. I think he's trying to figure himself out. He's trying to figure out his identity as a defensive coordinator. He's trying to figure out his defense, and he wants to see what works and what doesn't work. He is trying and moving a lot of blocks, if you will. Trying to figure out what works, what doesn't work. And that takes time to be a great defensive coordinator. But I like what I saw against Seattle. Now, I know a lot of us are very much fans of sacks. But Niners sickness, we only got one sack against the Seahawks. True. But Nick Bosa alone had 14 pressures. Nick Bosa had 14 pressures by himself. They might have not gotten to Geno Smith sack-wise, but they were pressuring him all game long. They were harassing him. They were making Geno Smith uncomfortable. They were slapping him. They were talking crap to him. They were in the backfield. They did not finish with a sack, but Geno was moving faster and delivering the ball quicker than he wanted to. Why? Because of the pressure of the front four. So yes, we love sacks. We want sacks. But pressures are very important. Disrupting the quarterback is very important. Getting the quarterback out of his progression is very important. Making him hear footsteps is very important. This is why Mustafa got his interception. This is why Renardo Green got his interception. Now, Renardo Green played Metcalf well. He kind of played like he was, when I was looking at the tape, he was kind of being that lazy guy and made the quarterback believe that he was going to be behind Metcalf. And as soon as the ball went, because he was looking at his eyes, he jumped Metcalf for that interception. But why did Geno throw it so fast? Because he was getting pressured by Bosa in the game. Now, I want to share a video from this idiot, and I'm not going to say his name, but as soon as you see him, you know this guy is a moron. All right? He is a moron. So I'm going to show you guys a video of him real quick, and then I'm going to get to some of these answers. Hold on.
Right now.
Okay.
I don't even care about salary down the line. Right now.
Well, this should be quick.
Who do I think is the better quarterback?
Okay. Better than Brock. Is Dak Prescott better than Brock?
Yeah, Dak led the NFL in touchdown passes last year with one-star receiver, 36. So Dak is slightly better than Brock.
You just told me it's not about last year, it's about right now.
No, but I mean, Dak is showing. I mean, we're only 5 games into this season. Dak played like hell and won this weekend. Again, I didn't say back 5 years ago, but I'm looking at who you are now, and I have to at least look at last year to some degree.
Okay, is Sam Darnold better than Brock?
No, I would take Brock. Sam has a history of getting really, really
He
reckless.
likes to move
Brock Purdy's a lot of things.
goalpost.
Reckless is never one of them. Also, Sam gets hurt, and Brock Purdy doesn't get hurt.
Okay. Is Jared Goff?
Yes. Only Patrick Mahomes in the last 3 years has thrown for more yards than Jared Goff. Jared Goff's the number 1 pick for a reason.
Is Jordan Love better than Brock?
Yes, he's a better
Oh my God.
he's a better athlete. He's got a better arm. He's got a better deep ball arm. He's a better athlete. I mean, over the last 15 games, Jordan Love, 34 touchdowns, 10 picks, with a young receiving core and a rebuilt offensive line. And he doesn't have Kyle Shanahan engineering the first half plays.
I thought we had shifted, but I guess not. Is C.J. Stroud better than Brock?
Yes. Yeah, I'd take C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud, again, had the pressure of being part of a rebuilding franchise. He didn't get the Mercedes. He got like a used Prelude and said, hey.
What do you have against Honda?
I got nothing, but I mean, he didn't get, here's a Mercedes, kid, don't hit the garage door. He got an old car.
Okay. Is Tua Tagovailoa better than Brock?
No, I'd take Brock. He's healthier, and I think he's more athletic, and I think he's healthier.
This is the first real tough one. Is Jaden Daniels?
Yes, Jaden Daniels, a significantly better athlete. And you cannot watch Jaden Daniels and not have this opinion. He looks a lot like Lamar Jackson. Who do I look at with Brock and say he looks a lot like? There is no comp.
Tom Brady. We've been over this. He's a little shorter than Tom Brady. Is Bo Nix better than Brock?
Slightly, yeah.
Well, what?
He's a more accurate thrower collegiately. I think Bo Nix is, by the way, he's starting to settle in. He didn't inherit all these Kittle and Debo and Ayuk and all these wonderful toys to play with. He's basically got Cortland Sutton and cross your fingers. Bo Nix is on a heater. And again, C.J. Stroud, Bo Nix, they have the responsibility to rebuild a team. They don't get the luxury seating day one.
So I just want to be clear. Bo Nix is better than Brock Purdy?
Yes.
Okay. Is Trevor Lawrence better than Brock Purdy?
If he was on, if both were on the market, you take Trevor Lawrence. Bigger, more athletic, better arm. Yeah, that come on. If he was on the market, that ain't close.
Is Caleb Williams better than Brock Purdy?
Yes, that's not close either. One guy's a significantly better athlete. What you don't take into consideration, this is what people don't. Brock Purdy's a trust fund kid. Basically, he's like Magic Johnson. Here's Kareem. When you get to come into college, out of college to the pros, and you literally have the best scheme coach, Trent Williams, Debo, Christian McCaffrey, the responsibility the ask is totally different. Caleb's being asked with a wobbly franchise, hey, kid, save us. Brock Purdy's not a save us guy at a franchise.
Trust fund kid Brock Purdy is the lowest paid quarterback in the league. Just not that means anything. Anyways, is Jalen Hurts better than Brock Purdy?
This is the tough one. I think Purdy, he's more accurate, and Jalen Hurts has injuries and is clearly regressing. Now, I've only got one moment that Jalen Hurts has been good. That's Shane Steichen calling the play stretch. But Jalen gets banged up. Jalen is not a great pocket passer, and he is regressing. His turnovers are alarming.
Is Kirk Cousins better than Brock Purdy?
What's
right
up,
now,
David?
Yeah. He just threw for 5 football fields. That team is so young, he's babysitting them on weekends.
This might be my favorite segment of the season so far. Is Baker Mayfield better than Brock Purdy?
If you gave Baker Mayfield these weapons, he may hoist a trophy. Baker Mayfield's better. He's a better talent. He has a much better arm. Much better arm. And Baker, like Brock, is more athletic than people think.
Yeah. Mike Evans and Godwin, they're not good. Is Kyler Murray better than Brock?
I just watched last weekend. I watched last weekend. What did you see last weekend? Who was better last weekend? Kyler Murray was better with a worse coach. In Santa Clara, Kyler's better.
Is Aaron Rodgers better than Brock Purdy?
Today I'd take Brock Purdy.
Okay. I was about to jump over this desk. I mean, come on.
No, but I've been saying for 2 years, Aaron is way past prime.
Yeah.
I mean, if you had any questions about Aaron Rodgers, last weekend he threw 3 awful picks. I don't know. So I don't know how you're yelling at me.
I'm not yelling. I'm very mild.
By the way, our staff didn't give you a bunch of dogs with fleas. They put the best quarterbacks in the league up. They didn't give me Andy Dalton here. So, I mean, basically, you know how much I love Darnold. I for years have liked Jalen Hurts.
I mean, Bo Nix was that was a shocker.
Shocker?
I felt like you tased me with something. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? Bo Nix.
This is something you...
5 games. Bo Nix. You want to go sample size. Look at Brock Purdy the last 3 years.
Yeah, I do. I have 61 college games in the first round pick.
Trusted college in there.
Oh, my gosh. And Sean Payton texting me about Bo Nix. Right?
Enough of that idiot. I just wanted to bring him up because him and Nick Wright are the most haters of Brock Purdy. I mean, these guys hate Brock Purdy. They don't want to be wrong. They always want to be right. So they will continue to hate Brock Purdy because when Brock Purdy came into the league, they said he was not going to be successful. They said he was not going to be good. And Brock Purdy continues to show them that they are wrong. Continues to prove them wrong. But this moron, and Nick Wright both continue to hate on Brock Purdy. Now, a lot of those players that he chose over Brock Purdy were not valid in my book. And this is not me being a Niner fan, being a homer, and he's a Niner fan, he can do no wrong. I understand Brock Purdy has his limitations. I understand that he's not 6'4", your typical quarterback. And I don't care what the guy does with his legs. He extends plays with his legs. He's always looking downfield when he's running with the ball. He is always looking downfield. He's not nervous when he's in the pocket and the pocket is collapsing around him. His eyes are still on which receiver is open to get the ball to them. Brock Purdy is an elite quarterback. And if you watch the tape against the Seahawks, you can see that he has come a long way from last year. Now, I'm going to challenge you. If you have seen the film, or if you're going to look at the film against the All-22 against the Seahawks, there is a particular play that Brock did a no-look throw. He was looking over here, and he threw it this way without looking. A no-look throw. He anticipated his receiver was going to be where he's supposed to be, so he's trying to get the safety and the linebacker to bite over here. And as soon as that safety took that bait and moved to the right, he threw it towards the left and completed the ball. That, my friend, is elite quarterback play. He's done a lot of side throw arm. I mean, I see a lot of similarities of Patrick Mahomes and Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy is very smart. He makes smart decisions. Now, do the balls get deflected at times? Yes. The balls get deflected. Again, his size comes into play. Certain defenders, they know Brock's going to throw. They lift up their arms and they hit the ball down. But you got to look at the whole context of Brock Purdy's play. Everything he does. So when Coward talks, he has no substance to what he's saying. He is looking for views. He is looking for clicks. You got to understand, if Niner fans are pissed off at Coward and they subscribe because they want to continue to hear what crap he is saying, guess what? He just got a bunch of subscribers. So he's going to sit there and piss off Niner fans, hoping that these Niner fans subscribe because they want to continue to hear what he has to say about Brock. Or hopefully he changes his mind eventually about Brock. So these Niner fans sub to him. And that's what he's looking for. He's looking for subs. There's no substance in what he says about Brock. Anybody that watches tape, you don't have to be a Niner fan. If you are an honest individual with yourself, you know football, you can look at tape with an unbiased eyes. You can see that Brock is an elite quarterback based on what he has shown so far. What's up, Papa? Good to see you, Papa. David Maynard says, Purdy right now is a top 3 quarterback. The cow turd, just a Niner hater. Yeah, I mean, again, it's clicks for him, but he definitely hates the Niners for whatever his reasons are. And it doesn't matter because anybody that knows football can see what Brock Purdy is doing. You don't have to like the Niners. The proof is in the pudding. Brock, the poise of Dan Marino, the coolness of Joe Montana, the mobility of Steve Young, and the football IQ of all. Ooh, hello, somebody. Talk to me, Papa. Talk to me. Let's go.
That's what I'm saying, brother. That's what I'm saying. Brock Purdy, the poise of Dan Marino, the coolness of Joe Montana, and the mobility of Mr. Steve Young, and the IQ of all 3. Oh, yeah, baby.
Let's go. Let's go. I love it. Let's go. So, this whole Brock Purdy stuff with Coward is just ridiculous, man. It is ridiculous. Give me a second real quick. I'm going to show you real quick. Here we go. Here we go, guys. Real quick.
This is the best football of Brock Purdy's career, these first 6 weeks, because of the injuries that he's had to deal with and all the different pieces. Offensive line's been in flux. in the most consistent football of his career. The timing of their pass game right now is as consistent as it's been since Brock Purdy took over. Some of the throws to Kittle down in the red zone are absolutely flawless. And I would say outside of Sam Darnold, he's probably playing the best football of any NFC quarterback right now. The second thing is this, and I know this is big. He's entered into the Patrick Mahomes category when it comes to back-breaking runs with his legs. So many times this season, and you saw it again last night, 2nd and 10, Brock Purdy scrambles for a first down. 3rd and 8, Brock Purdy scrambles for a first down. So often we say that about Patrick. It's like, got to get off the field, breaks your back with a scramble. He's kind of entered that world where his legs have become such a pivotal piece in massive moments.